Yo, what's good? It's Pika. It is Sunday night over here in Singapore, and I don't even know if I'm going to be any kind of coherent tonight because I have a migraine. Um, it's been a kind of an interesting day. I actually called out sick this morning because baby girl was running a fever. So, because I already knew we were going to go in late, I went ahead and took her down to the doctor right away this morning because she felt like she was on the verge of fever to me. So I just took her down because I wanted to nip it in the bud. I don't want her, like, the longer it prolongs, the worse it gets, the harder it is for her to get rid of whatever cold it is. Mostly because she's not really good about blowing her nose or getting rid of the phlegm whenever it does cough up or start leaking out of her nose. And because she swallows it all and keeps it in, it ends up in her stomach, and she eventually ends up having to have a fever to kind of burn the germs, and then she ends up throwing up to kind of empty her stomach. So I was a little nervous, a little scared, so I took her to the doctor this morning, got all that cleared up, got a bunch of medicine, came back home. Only thing is she was really weak at that point, so I didn't feel comfortable taking her all the way out to work and then coming back, so I called in sick. No, she was able to take several different naps. Yeah, that's her behind me right now. Take several different naps throughout the day, which is good for her, but that also meant that I got, some of my work done. Cleaned the house, I did the laundry, worked on some of the work from the office as well as work from home. Um, Part of the time she was very, very clingy. She felt like she needed to hold me. She wanted to be near me. She wanted to be touching me the whole time. So I actually had to sit and and keep her company and watch the movie with her, kind of like keeping an eye on her temperature throughout the day. Um, I don't know if it was the worrying or if it was the fact that I myself am getting sick a little bit as well, but I now have a really bad migraine. Now, I'm the kind of person that doesn't take medicine for migraines unless it's absolutely necessary. I know for a fact that a migraine really means that my body is throwing its hands up, basically that I'm overusing my eyes or that I'm not sleeping enough, not drinking enough water, any combination of those three. And it's kind of like, all right, this is the last straw, you better get some rest or else. So I know for a fact that the best thing for me right now is to sleep, but I also know that if I don't do my podcast and miss even one episode, that's going to turn into a bunch of excuses where I won't pick it back up. So I'm trying really hard to make sure that I do get through this episode as well. I want to make sure that I do deliver value still. I want to make sure that you understand that your body will tell you when it's had enough, but don't wait till that moment because sometimes it's really hard to come back from it. So my advice to you is pay attention as you go along. When you start yawning incessantly, I would suggest you go take a nap or go to sleep if you can. Make sure that you get into a routine, just like we make routines for our kids to make sure that their bodies are ready for whatever has to happen at whatever time of the day. It's important for us to have routines as well. It's important for us to sleep at a decent time every night, wake up at a decent time every night, eat at regular times during the day, drink lots of water. Like all those things are very important. I unfortunately do not heed my own advice a lot of times. Excuse me, but that's the point, right? I'm being honest with you. I'm telling you what it takes for me to be an entrepreneur, to be a solopreneur, a mompreneur, whatever you want to call it. For me to be out here hustling, trying to make a name for myself on the side of my 9 to 5, as well as being a mom, a full-time mom. I need you to understand that some days I just don't feel it. Some days I just don't have the energy. Some days my eyes are not cooperating. Like today, it's behind my left eye today, and it's like something's drilling a hole through my head. So I'm doing the best I can. I am making this up as I go along because there is no hard and fast rule for how everyone succeeds. Everyone's a little bit different. My strengths are different than yours. My weaknesses are different from yours. I'm learning right now that even though I wrote, a headline and some lead-ins for an ad that I'm supposed to be writing, it's like homework that I had. I find that I still don't quite identify with, excuse me, I still don't quite identify with the target audience. So my boss was just reminding me that this is not, quite what she had in mind, and she rewrote it, and I felt really badly because I'm supposed to be able to help her, and right now I don't feel like I'm helping her very much, especially since I called in sick, especially since this ad writing thing is not working out very well for me. Any other situation I could probably write really well, but the way Singaporean parents speak and the things that they're concerned about, I'm at a loss. I didn't go to school here, so I don't understand the system that well. As much as we can talk about it, yeah, I can identify some key points, but I'm still not hitting home when it comes to the ad itself, and I feel really useless about that. So yeah, maybe it's a combination of worry about work, worry about home, worry about the baby being sick. But right now, I can tell you, if I don't go to sleep soon, I'm gonna start seeing that halo, and yeah, I'm not gonna be able to deal with any noise at all. So honestly, the best thing for me is to close my eyes, go to sleep in a dark, dark room, um, and hope that when I wake up, I'm refreshed and back to normal. So with that, I'm actually going to call it a day, and I'll catch you again tomorrow. Thank you so much for tuning in, and honestly, yeah, I'll be better once I sleep it off, but I'll catch you tomorrow. Thank you so much.